Law enforcement officials are expressing concerns about due process as a new gun control proposal makes its way through Colorado's state house. One America's Meghann Dyke looks at the reactions from law enforcement and why some are taking action.
Taking guns away from people because you think they're mentally ill, that doesn't solve the problem.
Colorado law enforcement officials are taking aim at a state proposal they believe undermines the constitutional right to bear arms. The measure, referred to as the Extreme Risk Protection Orders, would grant new powers to judges to confiscate firearms from law-abiding gun owners. Under House Bill 1177, individuals and law enforcement can petition for the seizure of guns from those presumed to be a high risk to themselves or others. However, Republican detractors say the measure removes due process from the table, leaving some guilty until proven innocent.
I didn't think that last year's bill could get any worse, but apparently they've made it even worse. It requires you to prove your innocence. So first off, there's no due process in the first initial stages because you don't even get a chance to defend yourself.
The bill was amended this year after it was killed by the previous Republican majority. Now it extends the length of time a judge can withhold guns from the individual who's being petitioned from 182 days to 364 while hearing appeals. The petitioner will no longer have to prove the suspected high-risk individual poses a public threat. Instead, the accused will be responsible for defending their right to carry a firearm to the court.
If you read in the strictest definition the Second Amendment, it says that the right to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. That's pretty specific language.
Feeling threatened by the measure's likely passage, sheriffs are deeming their counties Second Amendment sanctuaries. Teller County Sheriff Jason Mikesell recently received approval from regional officials to not enforce HB 1177 as it's written.
It does not offer enough due process to anyone who is targeted with an accusation of being maybe mentally incompetent or dangerous, and that the redress for someone that's falsely accused does not exist. So I cannot support this bill as it is currently written.
The 2019 measure is named after late Douglas County Deputy Zachary Parrish.
We're here because we want to make sure you're okay. He's going through a mannequin, so we're going to take him.
Parrish was fatally shot in 2017 on New Year's Eve while responding to a call about a suspect with a history of mental illness in possession of a firearm. The gunman also wounded 4 other officers at the scene, as well as 2 nearby residents. Parrish's death spurred the legislation, which was reintroduced in the State House on the anniversary of the deadly Parkland school shooting, where 17 students and teachers were gunned down. Shortly after the deputy's death, the National Rifle Association gave a statement in support of extreme protection orders. It said no one who is mentally ill should be able to purchase a firearm, but they too addressed the issue of due process. Leading the fight for additional gun control is the state's Democrat majority legislature, and they aren't alone.
And I believe today that he would not have had that firepower, he would not have had that ability to take the life of Zach Parrish and wound 4 other officers.
Echoing gun control activists' calls is Douglas County Sheriff Tony Spurlock, who believes the bill is long overdue.
We have to start somewhere. This state and this country has done a lot of things. We've put ourselves at risk all the time to help others all around the world. It's time that we do that here right now.
The measure will undergo further consideration in the House before heading to the Senate as it weighs whether gun owners should be presumed guilty instead of innocent. Meghann Dyke, One American News.
Want to see more videos like this? Click on the link below and subscribe to One American News on YouTube, and call your cable provider and kindly demand that One American News is added to your lineup. Call and subscribe today.